Hey guys, I'm going to do something a little bit different today. Uh, Going to talk about top 10 movies of 2020 that I saw. And ironically, I've only seen 10 movies in 2020. So, kind of made it easy. So, I think I'm going to start doing a new format a little bit here. And that is to do some recordings beforehand and try to have things lined up to where I can release things at regular intervals, maybe once or twice a week, and go from there and do live things when I can. Maybe that'll generate some more interest in the channel. I'm thinking doing Tuesdays and Saturdays for releases as of right now. So this will be the first one, and it'll actually be coming out here pretty directly, being that it is almost Tuesday. So, with that, let's start with the top 10. And the first one up is Digimon Adventure. If you're not familiar with Digimon Adventure, then this is going to mean nothing to you, but this is the final uh, chapter of the Digimon Adventure story. This is the finale. It kind of retcons a few things. It's not terrible. It's a pretty good ending, actually. I'm not going to go into details on the spoilers or anything, but it clears up a lot of things. It fixes a few things from Try. So if you didn't like Try, I'd still say give this one a watch because it's worth it. I mean, it's the 20th anniversary film. I mean, if you're invested in Digimon Adventure, you might as well finish it. So this was a great film, and it's my number one of the year. And next is also another anime film. I'm a huge My Hero Academia fan, and Heroes Rising was amazing. There's like a 5-minute sequence towards the end that's no sound. It's just music and action, and it's amazing. The song's amazing. The action's amazing. The animation's amazing. The storyline is spot on. This is actually, from my understanding, supposed to be an initial idea of the final arc for My Hero Academia. And then he scrapped it and turned it into a feature film. So this actually also has a few minor spoilers for anybody that's anime only and hasn't read the manga. So keep that in mind. Nothing heavy. I mean, it's not anything to get overly concerned about. But if you're going to watch this, just know there's a few minor spoilers that if you're just watching it to watch it, you really won't even pick up on it, to be honest. Greenland, number 3. This film, holy shit, this film. I love Armageddon. I enjoy Deep Impact. That said, I think this movie blows both of those movies out of the water. This movie has a great story, great drama, great struggle to get to the end game point of the movie, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire time. If you have not seen this movie, you should see this movie. This is a great disaster movie. Ironically, in a year that we kind of really didn't need disaster movies, considering the fact that 2020 was just a big disaster movie in itself. But we got it. I enjoyed it. I wish I could have seen it in theaters. If I ever do get the chance to see it on the big screen, I am going to take full advantage of doing so because this movie deserves to be seen in the theater. It was meant for the theater. I want to see it in the theater. This was supposed to be my birthday movie, and it didn't come out until I want to say it was right after Thanksgiving. So this is my number 3. It would be my number 1 if it wanted to be for Digimon and for My Hero Academia. Being straight up about that. Scoob. This I thought looked like shit. I did not like the animation style. I still don't like the animation style of it just being a picture. Really don't. But damn, this movie was good. The music was catchy. Storyline was eh. The comedy was decent. Huge Easter eggs. There's a ton of Easter eggs from this previous Scooby-Doo movies. Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost has like 4 of them that I saw in one scene alone. And this looks like it's a mashup of a lot of the I'm blanking on what company it is. I want to say it's Warner. Pretty sure. I think I'm wrong though. But it's whoever did the old school cartoons, like with the Flintstones and Jetsons. They're bringing a lot of the universes together. It feels like it's like the starting point of a multiverse launch for this universe. So I'm interested to see if they do a sequel or if they branch and do something else and have Scoob and the gang in other movies, which would be very interesting. But this was entertaining. I watched this movie at least 2 or 3 times through the summer to get me through the summer, and every time I enjoyed it. Every time I found something new too. So I'm actually thinking about watching this one again here pretty soon. Number 5, Sonic the Hedgehog. This was the last film that I saw before COVID went and kicked everybody's ass in the theater. I have to say, I honestly thought this movie was going to be a big pile of shit. Really did. I went in with super low expectations. Jim Carrey hasn't been on form for a very long time. I'm not a James Marsden fan at all. But Jim Carrey's on form in this one. Jim Carrey's back in this one. This is the Jim Carrey I remember. I enjoyed Jim Carrey in this movie. He stole a scene every time that he was in it as Dr. Robotnik. It doesn't matter who was on screen with him. He was amazing. Cannot wait for the sequel. I am not going to give the stinger away because it's way, way, way too big of a reveal to give it away, and I'm not going to be that guy. Just know that there's a stinger. Be sure to watch it. It sets the sequel up perfectly. And I think there's actually 2 stingers. Bad Boys for Life. The 3rd of the Bad Boys movies. I wasn't a fan of Bad Boys 2. Bad Boys for Life, I went in with a little bit of apprehension. I was wrong. Straight up wrong. This movie is great. I watched the trilogy back to back to back to one night, and actually it enhances this movie quite a bit. You pick up on a lot of the inside jokes from 1 and 2 that if you haven't seen 1 and 2 in a while, watching all 3 of them in sequence, it pays off in the end. It makes this movie so much better. It's like watching Rogue One and then watching A New Hope back to back. It enhances A New Hope completely. The New Mutants. I did chance to go see this in the theaters. And honestly, I was not bored. I went in apprehensively with the idea that X-Men has burnt me so many times going to see it, with the last one being The Dark Phoenix, which is an absolute shitstorm of itself. And I refused to buy that on Blu-ray. I would never buy that, even though I do own X-Men The Last Stand, and I absolutely put that one in the shithole right with The Dark Phoenix and with X-Men Origins. They are the 3 shithole movies of the X-Men franchise. This one, I enjoyed this one. I see where they were going with this. I see what they changed. I think they should have stayed with what they had. But all in all, for all the shit that it went through to get to us, it could have been a lot worse. My Spy. This one, I would say, would be the first one I was not impressed with. I like Dave Bautista as an actor. This didn't work. I watched it once. It's forgettable. As Jeremy Johns would say, it is, how does he word that? Already forgotten about, or something like that. As soon as you walk out of the theater, already forgotten about. That's where I would rank this. As soon as it was done, completely wiped from my memory, moved on to something better, and just don't remember it. Can't even tell you really what it's about, other than the fact that she gets involved in some shenanigans. There you go, Tiff. You used your word. And he basically saves her ass. Short of that, I can't tell you what this movie's about. Wonder Woman 84 at number 9. I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for this. I am sorry. This movie did nothing for me. The strongest part of this movie for me was Maxwell Lord. Pedro was amazing in this movie. Short of that, snooze. The first 10 minutes alone was her as a kid doing some kind of weird Amazon Olympics. So you lost my interest there for the first 10 minutes immediately out of the gate. Could have dealt with that not being there. The closest thing to No Man's Land was the car chase sequence in, I think it was supposed to be Egypt. They didn't really say what the name of the place was. And there's nothing really memorable out of this movie. I hate to say it. There's nothing memorable about this movie at all to me. I watched it twice. I thought the second time I would get some more enjoyment, and I didn't. Sadly, I did not. Wonder Woman still is the pinnacle Wonder Woman movie for me. Wonder Woman 84 is forgettable to me. And last and yes, very least, Trolls World Tour. Oh my God, what a shit show. I watched 30 minutes of this and I turned it off. So that should tell you what my opinions of this movie is. I don't even know what the plot is. I don't care what the plot is. I don't want to watch this movie ever again. I don't even want to remember that this movie even exists. This movie goes into the junk bin with those 3 X-Men movies and Dragon Ball Evolution and The Last Airbender. And The Happening and the newest Grudge. Which, did that come out this year? Because if it came out this year, then I've seen 11 movies. I don't remember if that was a this year movie or a last year movie. I want to say that was thrown into January junk pile. I don't remember. So if you remember, let me know. Comment below, because I don't remember. But yeah, that's my top 10, possibly top 11. If it's top 11, then The Grudge is behind Trolls World Tour. So, but as you can tell, those last, 4 movies, completely forgettable to me. So, that's it. Short video. And probably do an audio form of this too. Because I could do that, being that I was descriptive enough to be able to do so. This will come out here shortly. and the audio version will come out maybe tomorrow morning. But short of that, I have no other topic to discuss, and we will call that a wrap. Have a good night. I do not know what the next video will be, but like I said, I'm going to try to do Tuesdays, and I'm going to try to do Saturdays. That's going to be my go-to to try to get stuff out. So until then, talk to you later. Maybe I'll do some Final Fantasy later. I have no idea. Peace.